So I probably need to open the game. There's one thing, whoops, that I wanted to do. Hey, everyone, by the way. I don't need this to be so damn big. You get smaller. Smaller. Whoop. There we go. Almost got the multi-screen stuff up and running, but not quite yet. Okay, so going to play a little bit of King's Quest 6. And let's open you back up. So, where is it? King's Quest 6. So yes, after my Odyssey last time. There we go. That's the size I wanted. I did get it running through means that I won't be at liberty to discuss. Coffee, late night. I just wanted to check one more thing, because I do have it set up on my MT32. That said, I just want to make sure. Oops, setup, is it? Nope. Alright. I just want to go into the installer one more time, just to check something. VGA 320's. Oh, yeah, that's Dell VGA 320 squiggly. That was just my backup copy. That's cool. It does like a. So I've got the Roland MT32 set up, but is there general? There is general. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use the general MIDI because that's going to sound a little bit better. Because I know I feel like this game was designed a little more with general MIDI in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the MT32. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oops, that's not a dot. So I think this is the right, yeah, that's the right place. So just give me a moment to make some. I'm going to make that big. Oh, it went all squidgy. So that's good that I checked that. And you are going to go like this. And you are going to go like this. And we're going to look at the SC55. Oh, no. I'm going to unmute it. Maybe I can get a little closer. And just welcome to How the Sausage is Made. Okay, well, that's pretty good. Looks pretty smooth. And let me turn off the MT32. All right, so now we should be getting some general MIDI goodness. And my belief is that this is what the, there we go. This is what was intended, shall we say, by the gods. The MT32 at this point was getting pretty old. General MIDI was getting a little more usable, so we're going to do it this way. So King's Quest 6, Heir Today, Gone Tomorrow. The reason I want to play this is because I'm not a huge King's Quest fan, but this was actually the first game I bought on CD-ROM. This was the first. I bought my CD-ROM, my double speed CD-ROM, and I got this game with it. I know everyone else got missed and whatever, and I don't know why. I just didn't, so some specific fond memories of this this game here. So let's play. The entire work is copyright blah blah blah. Just make sure. And it's not working. Wonderful. I'm sure I had this working. God damn it. Yeah, it should be playing me. All right, once again. Really? I'm so sure I had this working. Okay. You're killing me here. Maybe that's why. Let's try that again. Okay, there you go. Okay, so we're going to try that again. I think it's
Taking off your adventurer's cap so soon?
Okay, let's try that one more time. There we go. Ah. Probably put that up just a touch. Okay. All right, so we will watch the intro. I actually, to get this working properly, I had to overwrite the VGA driver with like a different VGA driver because otherwise the video got super squidgy. So let's watch the intro. And I will not touch anything because the second you touch anything, the intro stops. So no more hands. And this is the multimedia CD intro. Oh, Alexander.
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cassima, are you?
Sure.
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
I'm a young man. I don't think about anything else. Damn it. Despite his family's concern, Alexander remains tormented by thoughts of Cassima. I always thought this was a super cool kind of I know it's like 3D Studio Max kind of generic, like look at the rotations we can do, but at the time I thought this was like super awesome looking.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do.
Oh jeez, this is cheesy
Alexander,
as hell, but gotta love
I
it.
wish you were here.
Cassima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cassima.
Woo.
She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
3 long months, Prince Alexander sailed the known seas and beyond. Doodle-doodle-doo. Doodle-doodle-doo. I'll stop that. That's annoying. Birdies. Doodle-doodle-doo. We're flying! It's a lot of birds. This sequence cost $45 million. There's the boat. The Royal Galleon of Daventry. I don't know. Let's check who did the music on this one. It's like some Lawrence of Arabia stuff or whatever. Nice being a prince, eh? It's like, I want this massive boat. Take me across the sea to find a lady. And I'm wearing a scarf. And apparently there's no crew on the ship. In fact, he appears to be wearing 2 scarves. I keep glancing over at the SC-55. I love the little display. I have it in little on my screen, but the real one's right over there. Land ho!
Land ho! Land ho! Land ho!
Oh, he does have a crew. They be pirates. Hours pass. Finally, I found my true love. The game is over. As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night, and the sea turns violent. Oh my. Oh my. The rocks. What are we gonna do? Down it goes. Cheers to you, Royal Galleon of Daventry. Pour one out. What about the pirates? We don't talk about them. King's Quest. Oh yeah, Jane Jensen worked on this one too. And now the credits. Because God knows if you'll finish the game, so you want to see the credits at the beginning. It's funny, I don't recognize a lot of the names. Chris Brayman. It's not a Ken Allen joint. Dialogue by Jane Jensen, so I like Jane Jensen's writing. Yeah, this was sort of like, I want to say kind of the heyday of Sierra, maybe getting a little into the later times, so the teams got much bigger, so you don't get quite the same small set of names. Oh, there we go.
Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then he does remember. The shipwreck, the sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea.
Ah.
That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore.
Sure is.
But of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Daventry.
All right. So we begin. Just sorry, the game audio was a little loud, so let's just do that. Let's make you a little bit bigger. Okay. Actually, we could even make you even bigger. Sorry, just adjusting myself here. Okay. So, let's see what there is to see here. What's that?
Alexander's royal insignia ring lies abandoned on the sand. It must have slipped from his finger during the shipwreck. Fortunately, it was not lost in the sea.
Yeah, because, I mean, otherwise, how would you know I'm a prince?
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
What else we got here?
The ocean appears calm, but there's a dimpling pattern to the surface which indicates an undertow.
So I guess I shouldn't walk in the water.
Rocks abound on this lush volcanic isle. A long plank lies on the beach. No doubt it once belonged to Alexander's ship.
Shall we?
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand.
I am the narrator. Oh.
Alexander's treasure box lies partially buried in the sand.
Oh, a treasure box.
It must have washed ashore with the other ship debris.
Okay, well, we should probably take that. Oh.
There's a copper coin in the treasure box. The coin bears the seal of Daventry and King Graham's noble face. Alexander takes the coin and leaves the ruined box where it is.
No, my box! I don't remember. Well, I guess I can't remember the sound effects because I don't think I've ever played this game with SC-55.
The remains of Alexander's sailing ship lie dashed upon the distant shore.
Okay, I think that's all. Let's go see what there is to see here in the land of the Green Isles. Let's see here. It's an old tree.
A grand old tree stretches its luxurious limbs out over the crossroads. Alexander can see no reason to clamber about on the old tree. He would only scar its bark.
Wouldn't want to clamber about. All right, well, there's a castle.
In the distance, a majestic castle shines in the sun.
Well, let's go there. If I'm going to find a princess, I should probably go to a castle. Seems like he's got places I need to save my game. 1. No, not control. 1. Castle.
2 guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite fierce and have the stiff, blank expression of soldiers on formal duty.
What is this thing?
There's a little hut just off the path. Perhaps the guard dogs have an occasional use for it, but it looks empty now.
Let's talk to them.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets.
Seriously.
You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad. And this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown? But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasure jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
Sorry, just doing a little thing here. Boom. Okay, back to it. Well,
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
I'm not a stranger.
I really must see the princess. Could I speak with someone in charge?
Who are you that I should bother Captain Saladin, huh?
My name is Alexander. I am a prince of Daventry and a friend of the princess.
A prince, is it? I see. Yeah, and I am lord of this dusty path.
No.
Step aside. You'll not be getting into this castle without some proof of your claims.
Well, conveniently, I may have such a thing.
Alexander's ring is made of the purest gold and has the insignia of the royal family of Daventry on its face. Alexander decides to try his royal insignia ring on the guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible proof of his identity that he can think of.
Perhaps this ring will convince you of my identity.
With this ring.
It is the royal insignia ring of Daventry.
Ha! I'm sure. Just let me take a look at that ring.
Well, I'm sorry, Your Highness. It's just that princes are so uncommon in these parts. Let me get Captain Saladin.
Saladin. Ooh, he's a fancier dog.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Wazir Al-Hazred will want to meet you.
Oh, my.
If indeed you are a friend of the princess.
The princess.
Please, follow me.
Let's go visit Wazir Al-Hazred. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, glad I switched
Lord
to...
Al-Hazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
I want to see my girlfriend.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed.
Oh.
We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now.
I see.
As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
Bye. And kicked out.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you'll respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Well, that is...
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Oh, well. That's unfortunate. Oh, well, let's save, because it's CR game. 2. Kicked out of castle. Can I talk to them, or will they kill me?
Please, if you'll only be reasonable. I really must see the princess.
Begone! You're not welcome at the castle, Prince Alexander of Daventry.
Okay.
We have our orders, and they are quite clear.
Quite. Okay, bye. He is wearing 2 scarves. The whole game. Never noticed that before. Well, I guess I got this town to go to. Not too many other options. There's a fly down here. That's not acceptable. Oh. Ooh, a pawn shoppy. Luckily I have a ring and money.
The sign says pawn shop.
It sure does.
The pawn shop window has the words curios and antiques painted on it. What an interesting looking shop.
Perhaps.
Old lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Sadly, I do not have said lamp. A lamp.
There's a battered wicker chest in front of a shop.
All right, let's go in here.
Good day.
Oh, I remember this guy for some odd reason.
The pawn shop owner is a mysterious fellow. His face is old and inscrutable, and there's a glint of sheer iron in his gaze. Still, Alexander senses this is someone he can trust. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. The pawn shop is a dimly lit place with a slightly musty smell.
Makes sense.
Curiosities litter every corner and every shelf. For sale are articles that range from the bizarre to the commonplace, from the priceless to the practical. An elegant little glass dish decorates the countertop. The dish is full of green mints offered for the enjoyment of the customer.
Let's talk to this dude.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
Not much.
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business. Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why the crown has not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician,
What do
and
I
can
know?
only hope for better days.
Ah, stop that.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though a purchase would not hurt me any.
Okay, I could probably handle that. I think I have a gold coin, don't I? I do.
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Let's see, what do we got here?
I see you have noticed my mechanical nightingale. She is made of plain tin, but she sings the sweetest song you can imagine, barely distinguishable from the real thing. The flute is only made of plain wood, but its notes are fine and true. Ah, yes, the painter's brush. It was well used by one of the island's best painters. There's a lot of creativity in that brush, and its bristles are still in good condition. Have you an interest in tinder boxes? This one is only slightly battered. It holds a good supply of flint, a sturdy striking pad, and even a candle in case you find yourself with naught else to hold the flame.
Yeah, let's take the nightingale. There's something about a...
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
That's convenient. That way I can't really mess up. I think I want some of those mints.
Alexander takes a mint.
Can't go wrong. Okay, that'll do, I think. Ooh, these things.
A strange-looking winged device occupies one corner of the room. It is frail with disuse. Alexander finds it intriguing. Perhaps he thinks it was once used in a local sporting event, in which enthusiasts jumped from cliffs, glided on air currents, and then attempted to land, frequently crunching a bone or two in the process.
Ow.
Alexander shudders at the thought and decides to stick to dragon slaying.
That seems easier, I guess.
The sign above the door says Ali's Books. Wooden shutters frame the village's windows. The village buildings are made of rough sandstone stucco. This one has a shop on the street level and a private dwelling up above. Steps lead up to the shop door. Oh!
Nope, sorry. Let's go check that out.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Who's that guy?
An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood. There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." Only one book remains on the table. It looks like the bookshop owner really wants to get rid of that book.
Okay, I will oblige him because this is an adventure game.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
A collection of children's books fill those shelves. These shelves hold a selection of cookbooks. Assorted travelogues and biographies are arranged on these shelves. These shelves hold a collection of oddly titled guidebooks. Alexander notices such books as How to Become King with Little or No Rupees Down, Finding the Right Girl with the Right Dowry, and Why good princesses like bad wizards?
Ooh.
Volumes of poetry are on display on this bookshelf.
Poetry.
Thinking of Cassima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad.
Not bad.
Another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply, its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Yep.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf.
Cat keeps looking at me funny. Oh. What is that?
A page has fallen from the poem book and now lies on the floor.
Let's pick it up.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must
Coincidence?
have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
Okay. Let's see what this dude has to say.
The bookshop owner is a thin, middle-aged man. His intelligent eyes are slightly blurry from long nights spent reading by candlelight.
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand.
That makes sense.
Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally.
Naturally.
Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Okay. What's this?
Alexander searches for a way to reach the black-haired girl whose memory will not escape him.
What? No, I don't want to look at Alexander. I want to look at this.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye Useful Book of Magic Spells.
That does seem useful. Can I take it?
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
Ah. Interesting. Okay. I don't know if I want to talk to that guy.
An old man, a plaque bearing a merchant crest hangs over the doorway. The bookshop owner must be proud of his credentials.
All right. Oh. That's what happens when I flip out. 3. So I gotta go talk to the ferryman. Is that what I gotta do? Talk to ferryman. I don't want to talk to that old man. He's creepy. I'm assuming it's through there?
The village continues to the north through a key-shaped arch.
Okay, off we go. Oh, hello.
There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes. The girl is too far away to hold a conversation with Alexander.
Hey, Brian. All right, well, I guess... Whoa!
I've told you 1,000,000 times. Those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you. You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning.
Holy crap, this lady's terrible.
And get your veil back on. No one wants to look at your face.
Yes, stepmother.
Yes, the Roland Cam. Gotta love it. That's my claim to fame. That lady was terrible. She was horrible. Wow, and I'm sure that servant girl was beautiful. Oh well. I'm sure that'll come back into play later. This way.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I don't believe you. I do not believe you.
A young boy is happily swimming in the sea off the docks.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
Yeah, Brian, I have equally vague memories. I remember a couple of things from the first part.
For? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
There's a lot of talking here, buddy. Here, let's save. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna die if I follow this guy for sure. Let's call this, I don't know, 4. Jump.
Good day. I'm Alexander. what are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
Here. Whoa.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Okay, well, that seems like I just narrowly avoided a death. So...
A worn wooden vessel has been dry docked on a jetty. The boat is in sad shape. A hole in the hull and the condition of its boards make it obvious that the vessel is no longer seaworthy.
Yeah, I guess that's going nowhere. This is the ferry that I'm assuming that is no longer running. All right, well, I guess there's a door here.
Yeah, what do you want?
I guess I want to talk to you.
Alexander searches for a way to reach the black hair.
Oh, quiet you.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
You know?
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
Let's find out.
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Exo Squad.
Perhaps if
That's
the
amazing.
ferry were repaired.
I watched Exo Squad.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Yeah, Brian, that's cool. Thanks for looking that up. I watched Exo Squad myself, so Alexander is the same voice as Lieutenant J.T. Marsh from Exo Squad. They wore like suits and stuff. I totally remember that. See if this guy's got anything else to say.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly.
Oh, that's not nice.
Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
Ha! You have Exo Squad on DVD? That's amazing.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations.
I just sit around and
I'm
drink.
the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island?
Just the one.
One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Yeah, this is, I think, one of the, I don't know, it's not the first, but it's probably one one of the first Sierra games that had like professional acting. Maybe King's Quest V did it, but no, King's Quest V was pretty terrible as I recall. So yeah, this one has like real voice actors, as we can see.
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Ah, such a beautiful child,
Ugh.
and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around, always thinking about the people. They are sorely missed.
Anything else?
The ferryman seems to be the only one in the...
Sorry, I missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
On account of the beast, maybe?
What else can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see.
Ooh.
If you ever get to see them, that is.
Anything else?
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
I love these, like, sailor types.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
Maybe it's near the edge of the flat Earth, and all the water's falling off of it. Oh. Last one.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot.
Okay, you're repeating
Bit
yourself
crazy,
now.
mind you.
All right. What can you tell me about voodoo? What about that thing?
There's a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck.
Can I take it? It's an adventure game. I might as well try.
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
That or your shark tooth necklace thing.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you.
Yay, I got points.
Alexander is sitting inside the ferry's cabin. The place displays the neatness of a seaman and the sparseness of a
Seaman.
bachelor. There are few frills and comforts in the rough wooden environment, but the sunlight shines cheerily on the oaken beams, and the portholes admit a pleasant breeze.
Okay, time to go. See if I can get my hands on that magic map.
I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all.
Pish
It
posh.
breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
All right, bye-bye. Where'd the boy go? All right, let's go back to town. Do 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 do. The one challenge I do have with the two camera setup, that way, this one and that one, is the computer gets sort of confused from time to time. I have to like unplug them, replug them, and they're both the same brand, so it's hard to like the exact same model of camera. So it's hard to figure out which one's which. You have to fuss around with them. So that's a bit of the complexity around that. But anyways, overall, the MT32, or I guess the Roland cam, because it's pointed to the SC55. Quiet, you. The SC55 cam works pretty well. Oh, I've got, and actually I can't. I have one of the cameras plugged into an external powered USB hub and one of them plugged into the computer directly. And yeah, I think I just need a better hub. This is like, it's a mono price, like Crapville USB 2 hub. So, oh, hey, what's that guy doing there? He's following me around. Didn't even notice him. I got all caught up in camera talk.
A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood.
I don't like you. I'm going to save my game. 5. pawn shop map. But yes, I do need to maybe invest in a higher level. Ooh, a thing happened. Yay! Thanks for the follow. Thanks, Brian. That'd be awesome. All right, let's go talk to this dude again. Thanks for the follow, Bums Jordy.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one
stupid
true
wizard
treasure
stuff
in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling.
Convenient.
It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
That is eerily applicable right now.
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Well, thank you, Brian. That'll be good to get that info on that hub so I can make my cameras work more reliably. But, well, I guess I do have one thing of some value. Probably not this rabbit's foot. Probably you, I would imagine. Not a mint. Painful.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
I guess he could just get another one.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful
Prince
ring.
Alex.
Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Especially when you have a lot more gold back in Daventry.
Own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days.
See you, Brian.
If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
Oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like this
Suddenly,
guy.
the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar.
Yoink!
The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Interesting. Like made him drunk or high or something. Seconds later, in the castle.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
Bonk.
You fool. You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that. Yes, Master. Now, what is this about a magic map? With a map, Prince Alexander can travel anywhere as quickly as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
Okay. So I got my map. So I think we're done here. Now he did mention dumping some stuff out. Can I walk like between? Alright, let's go. So just curious. Let's give him a second. Aha! I knew it. What the? Hey. I wanna go check out that garbage. Gotta be some stuff in there. Root around in the garbage.
Sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
I agree. Small bottles are of incredible use. Okay, let's get down to the beach, and I think it's been about an hour, and it's 11:30 at the night time over here. So I will probably wrap it up there, but this has been a lot of fun. Come on, Alexander. Prince Alex. All right, let's just get very slowly walking to the beach. Okay, so before we use the magic map, this seems like as good a place as any, like I said, to wrap it up for the moment. Go somewhere. Okay, well, thanks everyone for hanging out with me on this inaugural King's Quest VI stream. I guess this is the second King's Quest VI stream technically, because the first King's Quest VI stream I just spent the entire time trying to get my Rolands working, and I ended up playing SimCity instead. So this is when I actually got to play the game for the first time, and it's fun. It's the writing's, it's cheesy, but it's not bad, and the acting's better than I remember. So yeah, so far so good. Have a good one, everyone, and bye bye.